Unit 6, Grammar, Conditional Sentences. I'll give you 3 different examples of conditional sentences, and then we will discuss the difference between them and in which situation do we use them. If you don't water plants, they die. Water is a verb. It's not a noun. Water means give water. If you don't give water to plants, they die. If you move, I'll shoot you. If you move, I'll shoot you. If I had the money, I would buy a car. I don't have the money. If I had the money, this is what I would do. I would buy a car. Now, if and if are creating a condition. What is a condition? A condition means something that has to happen first. This must happen first for this to happen. Now look at the first situation. We used don't water. Don't water is in the present simple, right? If you forgot what present simple is, please watch Unit 1 Grammar. And in here, we also used present simple. Present simple, present simple. In here, we used present simple and future will. Okay, here we used past simple and we used would. You can also use could and the base form of the verb. Why? Look, the first situation, we are talking about a fact. A fact, something that is true. If you don't water plants, they die. If you don't eat, you get hungry. If you don't sleep, you get tired. These are facts, true things. You can use if or when if you like. The same thing. When you don't water plants, they die. When you don't sleep, you get tired. The second situation is different. Please don't move. If you move, I'll shoot you. This is something probable. There is a high chance that this could happen. It's not a fact, but if you move, I'll have to do it. You can use future will for the main clause, or you can use imperative sentences. Imperative is like when you say, if you want to live, drop your guns. Drop is a verb. Imperative sentences always start with a verb. If you go to the supermarket, buy some milk, please. Or you can use modal verbs like can, may, must, should. If you drop your guns, you must do it slowly. You must. Modal verb. If you want to enter the library, you must be quiet. Again, if you want to enter the library, you must be quiet. You must not make noise. Modal verbs. Now, the last situation, the man is only imagining himself having a car. He doesn't have the money. He's only imagining the situation. It's unreal. He doesn't have the money. So this is what he would do if he had the money. Had is a verb. If I had the money, verb in the past. If you use an adjective like rich, you say, if I were rich. If I were, not if I was. Usually, with I, we use was, right? I was. But in conditional sentences type 2, if the situation is imaginary or unreal, you always use were. With I, he, she, it, you, we, they, with all of them, use were. Always were. If I were rich. If I were you, we use this to give advice, which means I am imagining myself in your place. I will never be in your place because I am myself and you are yourself. But if I were you, I would take the bus. Use this when you give advice. Now look, if you don't water is negative. You can use if with negatives, or if you like, you can use unless. Both are correct. Unless you water plants, they die. It gives the same meaning. And it is also correct to start with the main clause. Look, this is one sentence. If you don't water plants, they die. But this one sentence consists of two clauses, two parts. One, if you don't water plants. Two, they die. You can start with they die. Plants die if you don't water them. If you start with the main clause, you don't use a comma. Plants die, no comma. You can say, I'll shoot you if you move, with no comma. If you start with if, look, we always use a comma after the if clause. See? Comma, 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 always. But if you start with this, I would buy a nice car if I were rich, you don't need a comma. And another new thing in today's lesson, you can use as long as instead of using if. It gives the same meaning exactly. As long as you water plants, they live. When you water plants, they live. If you water plants, they live. They all are the same. They give the same meaning. Here we say, as long as you drop your guns, you'll live. As long as you move, I'll shoot you. We can't use as long as with conditional sentences type 2. Only zero conditionals and type 1. We use as long as. Now we're ready to practice. Rewrite the sentences using conditional sentences. Be here in 10 minutes or else I will catch the train without you. Catch the train means I'll get on that train before it leaves. Use unless. You can use if you don't or if you are not here. Here, if you are not here in 10 minutes, I will catch the train. Or unless you are here in 10 minutes, I will catch the train without you. I can't help you because I have a lot of work. If I didn't, look, didn't. Past simple, this is type 2 situation. I am busy, but if I were not busy, I would help you. If I didn't have a lot of work, I would help you. Again, have is a verb. If you want to use busy, adjective, I am busy, you can say, if I were not busy, if I weren't busy, I would help you. 3. You must study hard. Otherwise, if you don't do that, you won't get into the university you want. If you don't work hard or study hard, you won't get into the university you want. This is a type 1 situation. 4. The ferry stops. Ferry is a large boat that carries people and goods across rivers. What is the difference between ferry and ships? Ships are larger and they move for longer distances. Ships. Ferry, short distances. Very poor weather conditions. Poor weather conditions means like if there is a storm or heavy rain, the ferry stops. It doesn't move. This is a fact. General truth. Zero conditional. If weather conditions are bad, are very poor, the ferry stops with an S, present simple. Present simple, present simple. I'll lend you my surfboard. Lend means I'll give you for a short period of time and then you'll have to give it back. Surfboard. This thing is a surfboard, but you must return it after the weekend. Look, future will, we will use type 1 situation. As long as you return it after the weekend, I will lend you my surfboard. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please share it with friends. I will see you again next time, inshallah. Goodbye.